Hi everybody, I'm Captain Floofers, and welcome back to the Archipelago Solo Multiworld Randomizer Challenge. We've been plugging away at Link's Awakening, and I'm going to see if I can finish up the checks that I have here. There are quite a bit of them when we came back. I don't have too long to play today, but something I wanted to do before moving on to the Tall Heights / mountain range, like I mentioned before, is I had forgotten that I have access to Dungeon 1, and I can finish Dungeon 1 as well as get a grand majority of its checks. So we're just gonna take care of that. Did I get this already? I might have gotten this already. I got that already. Okay. So we can just straight up do the whole thing. Yeah, I normally don't have too much time to play on Tuesdays. It's usually during the day, and then, like, later on I, you know, have stuff that I do every week. Although this time it's also my brother's birthday, so we're gonna be doing stuff later probably. I don't know exactly what we have planned, but I'm sure it'll be fun. Alright, so go around and get... Whoop. That was stupid of me. Alright, what we got here? The Poke Flute. I was about to say the Ocarina! No, I gotta remember, it's not necessarily for this game. That was the Poke Flute for red. So let me bring up the proper tracker here. Poke Flute is right here. We actually do have a lot of space available for when we eventually do get back to red. The main reason I keep putting Pokemon up so much, keep putting it off so much, is because it's very involved. Because there's... I mean, yeah, we've been playing other RPGs like, you know, Mystic Quest, but Pokemon is a lot more involved because there's the team building aspect and actually getting everything up to proper levels and whatnot. So I'm gonna have to, like, spend time, like, off screen probably leveling things up and choosing what goes there in my team depending on where I am. That's why there was a lot of when I actually did play Pokemon Red before. That's why there was a lot of jump cuts. Partially because I wanted to show off all of the Pokemon that were in whatever area I was in, but also because there was a lot of time spent level grinding. And the level grinding is alleviated by the rando. Usually, randos for RPGs will like mitigate the amount of experience you need for level ups, or in some way, shape, or form, like by like usually giving you more experience than you would normally get. And I think Pokemon does that as well. But we'll be getting back to Pokemon once we're done with, I believe... I gotta remember what the order of operations is for these games. I think when we're done with Ocarina of Time, we'll be able to go on to Pokemon Red. And then once we're done with Pokemon Red, Vanilla Nightmare Key, we'll be able to do what we can in Pokemon Emerald, because I'm fairly sure there's a lot of stuff we can do there too. I'm at least hoping that we can get, like, a full... Actually, before I go any further, I forgot to open up my notebook that has my paper notes in it. There we go. I need this for when... important things. So yeah, I am hoping that we'll be able to actually do like a full run through of the list. I mean, VVV I'm not too concerned about unless we actually get like a um, another trinket that allows us access to one of the other areas, because the other areas are only locked by one trinket now each. Shit. So if we get any trinket below 12, we'll have access to a new level at this point. Okay, spade. Damn it. Heart. Heart. There we go. And they'll drop hearts, which helps make up for that. That's a compass. Gold leaf is in the big chest in Misery Mire. That's actually good information to know. Let me bring up my tracker here for Link to the Past. I'll just make a note saying big chest. Right, whenever I type it, because the... Let me mess with this real quick. I don't know why it's still accepting fucking commands from the keyboard. It shouldn't be. But because I have this running even while the window's not in operation, just typing will fuck with things. Yeah, see, it's just adjusted, like, it's paused things and adjusted the speed and all that. That's the one thing I hate about that, is that it still takes fucking... And I don't even know what keys I'm hitting for that to be, See, it's even... And stuff like that fucks with the connection. I was an idiot anyway. I'm sorry about the jump cut. I didn't want to display the password on screen. But, I had forgotten to connect to the server anyway. Yeah, I don't know what keys I'm hitting that are actually acting as button presses in the on the emulator, because the emulator is not set up for button presses, for keys for button presses. It's set up for a controller only. But that's something I have to deal with the simulator and keeping it running in the background. That's why I always set it whenever I'm doing retro achievements, I set it so that it doesn't run in the background, because if I have to, type off it, type something elsewhere, and it fucks around with like the speed or save states or something like that, it'll disable the achievements. Because if you do retro achievements in hardcore mode, which I normally do, you can't. It's basically, I mean, there's the two different settings. There's softcore and hardcore. I know that sounds naughty, but with the retro achievements, what it means is that with softcore, you can just get the achievements whenever. But for hardcore achievements, you can't use save states or slow down the emulator. You can use speed up, but you can't slow down the emulator speed, or else it'll disable the achievements. And then when you select to re-enable the achievements, it basically resets your game. I mean, not your progress, but like does like a reset of the core. All right, so there was technically nothing check-wise that was... Although, no, I'd say there's nothing really worth it in Dungeon 1. The Poke Flute was in Dungeon 1, and the Poke Flute is important. Other than that, though, it was just, you know, wasted Doom power-ups. But other than that, we got other important things like clearing a dungeon. Do I have access to Tall Tall Heights? Oh, I can choose. I didn't realize this would be a thing. I guess I can only go between... Yeah, I can only go between the two warps. So I haven't been up to Tall Tall Heights yet, but... That's fine, though. I probably shouldn't have gone in there anyway, because I meant to go to the Color Dungeon first. Because the Color Dungeon has a decent amount of checks in it. Actually, let me bring that up on the tracker. Come on. There we go. Get out of the way. Game. There. Game. Game. We're pushing the gravestone. What the fuck, dude? I didn't realize you were that particular about where I could push that. That was really, really dumb. Oh. Hold on. There we go. I want to make them all blue. And... I think this is just turned back into rupees down here. I know Z4R had just turned this into a drop. Yeah, it's just rupees again. That's fine. I'll just grab the rupees. Well, I don't need rupees now. Alright. So I got that. Just the compass. I think it's a majority of this stuff is just going to be like keys and like the regular dungeon items. And then the rest of it's just going to be whatever the two checks for the tunics are. I don't remember there being any like rupee drops or anything major like that in this. I say major, but like rupee chests are major in that they're shuffled around in the pool. Why is this not? Why is that not throwing properly? Here. Do I actually have to... I've never had to do this before. I can always just throw it in. I don't know what the big deal is. I've got the beak. Let's go back and check this owl statue for a hint here. Heart piece is in... Okay, I don't care about a heart piece location, but I'll be on the lookout for it while I'm fighting the cyber demon. I just thought of something. With Tower of Babel and Dis, I just thought, how is that gonna manage? Like if I have to go back in to get the rest of the checks, like after I kill because the end is triggered by killing the Cyber Demon and the Spider Mastermind respectively for those levels. So I wonder, like once I kill the Cyber Demon, for example, if I missed any checks, like what will happen when I go back into the level? Okay, yeah, you told me the heart pieces in Tower of Babel on a Soul Sphere check. I'm going to be too busy running around avoiding Cyber Demon rockets to really care. Hopefully by that point I'll have the BFG, because normally you do have only a rocket launcher, and I've talked about fighting Cyber Demons with rockets. It's not a bad choice, just that they're immune to the splash damage, so they don't take as much damage from rockets as other enemies do. Okay. Yeah, so far all we've gotten in here is like color dungeon stuff and a hint about where a piece of heart is in Doom. There's bombs. I don't think I needed any bombs. And it's bombs for us, too. It's not like bombs for Ocarina of Time or anything like that. I should probably turn in that mushroom, too, while I'm at it. I'm in the area. I'll take care of that once I leave the dungeon. Because usually the witch is randomized. Okay, got that. Got that. Got that. Got that. There is a chest in here. Nearly forgot. Just a key. It's got all the keys accounted for. Did I get the boss key? I did not get the boss key yet. Alright. Now this I know I can use throwing to achieve what I need. Well, these guys, I can just do this. Unless they're not willing to behave. There we go. There's the boss key. And then... you know, all I got left is, I don't remember what his actual name is. I just call him Recoil Ralph. But the boss here. 2, 3, 4. Okay, they all just give me the same hint. I'll keep that in mind for future dungeons. Luckily, Recoil Ralph is fairly easy with the Magic Rod as well. When I do the deluxe version for retro achievements, I do have to defeat him without getting hit. There's the compass for the color dungeon. And a heart container. So that was just all stuff within the game. That was completely pointless. The only thing I gained from that was knowledge of where a piece of heart is. That sucks. Okay, I guess the witch's hut is not randomized. At least according to the tracker. I'll still give it a try. I don't remember if I went over here before, but like I don't want this mushroom. It's just taking up space in my inventory. So I may as well see what they're going to do with it. I mean, if they do give me just magic powder, then then it'll help refill magic powder. I only have 6 left right now. Yeah, it's just magic powder. Okay. That gave me 10 magic powder. I'm not gonna complain about that. Alright, so next up we've got the trek up to Tall Heights, essentially. And it's the only check I really have there is the flooded cave, where you can dive for a piece of heart. I can't get Mambo's Mambo without the Mambo's Mambo check without the ocarina. Do you give me a hint? Animals is at Animal Village. Well, it looks like that's a troll hint, but it does look like those statues will give me hints as well. The next time I come across an owl statue, I'll talk to it and see if that holds up for, like, anything else. Like if they actually give me a hint. Because there was one that said Marin is in Mabe Village, and that was one that was in a dungeon. I should have had my sword out. There's the warp. So that's pretty important. Don't even have a shield that you can eat. So joke's on you. What is in here? Computer station red key card. E1M7. So we just need the blue and we can full clear E1M7. Because we do have that unlocked. We haven't gone there yet. But we do have it unlocked. Let's do the Rapids ride next while we're in the area. And then, once we've gotten those 2 checks, I'll head up the mountain. Because there's nothing else we can do dungeon-wise. 3, 5, and 7 require keys. 8 requires a lot of stuff that you can it looks like I can glitch to it, but like it requires a bunch of stuff that I don't have right now, and 6 I can't finish because I don't have the proper power bracelet. Now all I really have to do on the Rapids ride, I don't care how much money I lose or whatever, because I can just get more money. But there are just 2 checks that I got to make sure to get. They're fairly easy, but that's the only reason I'm doing this, is to get those 2 checks. There's a 3rd check on Rapids Ride as well, but I have to go through level 6 to get to it. I'll grab stuff while I'm here, though. Super Repel from Emerald. Right, what do you say? Small key. It tells me where one of the color dungeon keys was that I already got. Shotgun shells for Doom. Alright. Those are the 2 checks. We don't really have anything else we can do here, so I'll just grab what I can. I think there's another hint statue down here that I can look at. Yeah, there it is. I have to walk around to get it, though. And it's not worth it. It'll be worth it when I revisit this area to go back into level 6. So for now, let's just head up the mountain. Take these off the tracker. See, everything left that I can get is in the mountain now. So let's just rush on over. Maybe I'll find the ocarina. That'll at least give me access to more warping capability. And the ability to leave dungeons quicker. For better or worse at this point, because can't access any other dungeons that I haven't already cleared. Alright, you go away. I don't really need that. I don't even know if that stacks with the blue tunic. Alright. I'll be grabbing that in a little bit. So this is out of the way. Some bombs for Link to the Past. This out here. An escape rope for Pokemon Red. So escape ropes are pretty useful. I'm not gonna say no to that, but it's not progress. There's Papal. I don't have the proper thing for you right now. There is a treasure chest in here someplace. I thought there was. Oh, there it is. Berserk. That's normally a Zol trap. Alright, keep going this way. There's nothing really on the immediate way to Eagle's Tower, so I'm not going to go any further east really than this. Well, a little bit maybe. Just once I get to the point where, like, I'm in the vicinity of getting to level 7. If that makes any sense. It's basically on the way to level 7 is where the last check I can get is. If I recall correctly. This is a supercharge. Oh, I can't go in there without the Flying Rooster. I can see what it is, though. Well, not really. Because of how randomized everything is. Like, if this were like a if this were a standalone Link's Awakening, I could go up here and say, "Oh, look at that." Also, if I had the level 2 power bracelet, I could just grab it. But no, it's the letter sprite is used for like miscellaneous things. So I guess whatever doesn't fit into anything else's description. Although it does use key cards. Maybe the word card triggers the envelope sprite, but there's no way that I can tell what that is without grabbing it. And I don't have the level 2 power bracelet or the Flying Rooster to be able to do that. So, in fact, I'm fairly sure I need the level 2 power bracelet because I think the Flying Rooster is taken out of. I think I took that out of logic because the tracker doesn't track the Flying Rooster. All right, what do you got in here? I got a medicine. That's not too bad. Get another medicine. Because of game engine limitations, there can only be one kind of treasure in those chests, like one kind of treasure. I should have avoided that, honestly. I had it marked on my tracker that was a Super Mario World thing and it had already been claimed, but I didn't listen to myself. Yeah. Game limitations. Each screen can only have one kind of treasure chest on it. So in the room with the 5 treasure chests there, it's normally set to a 20 rupee treasure chest, meaning that you can get a total of 100 rupees. But in a randomizer, if it's set to something else, it will just be that thing over and over again. So I've had situations where I've gotten 5 secret seashells from those chests. There was one time on Z4R, one of them was changed to a... one of the chests was changed to a piece of heart. Because if the treasure was replaced with a piece of heart, then the piece of heart would just replace the chest. And then when I tried opening the chest, there were glitched Zols inside, and it jump scared me. If it's something like the shield or a power bracelet, if you get one, then you can get multiple power bracelets. I'm sure that the logic has changed in like LADXR or something like that, where it'll only put certain types of things in there. But maybe not, because I just found medicine. So that's something you can only claim once. Large cannon for Eggman. I do need that for clears. I do need the large cannon to clear Weapon Sped and Cosmic Wall. Granted, I also need the jet engine for that, but unlike Tails, the cannon upgrade is actually required for Eggman. Because I don't think the bazooka is required for Tails at any stage during the vanilla game. Alright, so I got 2 more checks this way. There's a chest and there's a Mad Batter, and then we'll be done with Link's Awakening for now. And I'll move on to Ocarina of Time, where my chests are mainly Bean and Golden Gauntlets related. It should be easy to set those up. It'll only take maybe a couple minutes, and then we'll move on to, I guess, Pokemon from there. I think after the Zeldas, I have Pokemon, then I have Sonic, then I have Mario, then I have Undertale, then I have VVV. Oh, cookie. We like that. That doesn't give us any immediate checks or anything, but that's required to beat the game. We like that. And last Mad Batter. We got fire. Okay. Which one is fire? That's fire. Alright, so we got some more spells for Mystic Quest. I'm not going to say no to that. And that's all we can do here. I mean, technically with the medicine, I think that's what the yellow means on Turtle Rock. I could... No, I can't go in. The yellow on Turtle Rock, though, is because normally you need the mirror shield to go through the flamethrower. But if you have a medicine, which kicks in immediately after you die, like, it's basically a fairy, like an instant fairy. Full health fairy. If you run yourself into the flamethrower and kill yourself, but you have a medicine, then the medicine will immediately revive you, and you can walk through the flamethrower with your iframes. That's what that's pointing at. I still can't get into Turtle Rock without the Ocarina, or the Frog Song of Soul. But that's something to consider. But either way, for now, I'm gonna do a return home. I'll do a refill on my magic powder as well. I guess not. Alright, I'll unequip my magic powder so I don't use anymore. And I will save and quit. And give me one moment, I'll boot up Ocarina of Time. 2 seconds. Alright, we're all set up for Ocarina of Time now. Let's head into the game and get all of the stuff that we've gotten in the meantime. We've got bullets up to 50. Double defense. Piece of heart. Adult's wallet. Heart container. Money. Heart container, or piece of heart. Another heart container. The Zora tunic, which looks like a nice shade of cyan. More money. More money. Another piece of heart. Arrows. Another heart container. Another Hylian shield. Another piece of heart, which completes another heart container. Even more money. More money. Bullets. Arrows. Money. Bomb shoes. More arrows. Bombs. Another piece of heart. More money that we can't carry. The mirror shield. More arrows. The golden gauntlets. The magic beans. That recovery heart from Link's Awakening. And the light arrows we just got. Alright, so we're looking pretty good. I remember that I saved my game here so that I could restart in the event that that I kept messing up at the horseback archery. But at this point, the voiceover that I, as of this recording, have not done yet will have told you that I actually the horseback archery was causing me such mental anguish that I decided instead to look it up on the spoiler guide to see if it was worth doing, and it was not. So I just didn't do it. And I don't care that I took that route. I am perfectly happy not doing that. Right, so let's warp it back to child times first, so that I can plant all these beans. I just gotta know exactly which ones to plant. Because the kid's the only one that can plant the beans. Which makes sense, because they grow over time, and then they're the platforms by the time you're an adult. I'm so used to this cutscene not playing. I don't remember if it's the, I think it's the combo rando that takes this cutscene out whenever you go back and forth in time. I knew it was either the combo rando or the 3DS version of the rando. Alright, so let's go first to Lake Hylia, and we'll plant that bean. Kakariko Village, which I can't directly warp to. I don't have the Nocturne of Shadow, which is, as I found out, kind of putting 2 and 2 together. I don't remember if I mentioned this before, but when I was putting some notes together, I remember a gossip stone saying that the Nocturne of Shadow was in a ravaged village, and I didn't know what it meant because it wasn't specifying what game. Much later on, I remembered that the Ocarina of Time, the Ocarina songs are all just, they aren't in other games. They're all randomized amongst each other. And Ravage Village meant, basically it's vanilla. I have to get the fire and water medallions, and I think the forest medallion as well. and go to Kakariko Village for that cutscene. And Sheik will teach it to me. I say trigger the cutscene. The cutscene probably won't trigger. I'll just get the song once I have those 3 medallions. That means I actually have to get those 3 medallions before I get the light medallion, because that's in the Shadow Temple. That's also the only warp song I don't have. Alright, so got that there. Did I already check this off? Oh, that's adult. Okay. Death Mountain. Oh. Down A. Right. I'm trying to remember the fucking muscle memory for these ocarina songs. It's not like I haven't played this this games recently. I mean, before doing Archipelago, I did combo randos and 3DS versions. Well, 3DS versions have different buttons for the ocarina. Different button layout, anyway. There's one at the Desert Colossus. Well, catching the fish might take a while, I just realized. Because I hate fishing in Ocarina of Time. Maybe it'll be lenient, I don't know. I don't remember exactly what the cutoff for the fish is. But I remember the prize when I did that, when I fished as a kid, being pretty lenient for the rando. Alright, fastest way to Kakariko, I think, is going to be from Hyrule Castle, honestly. I don't know why I didn't just go there from Hyrule Castle to begin with. And then once all those are planted, then I gotta go back to being an adult. Doesn't that suck? I'm not gonna complain about being an adult, because that joke's been done to death. And I don't feel like running it into the ground right now. I'll do it later. I'm almost 40. You'd think I'd be over it by now. I mean, I am mostly, but... I mean, in all honesty, it's not... It still sucks. There's still, like having responsibilities sucks. You have responsibilities when you're a kid, too. That sucks then. Because your parents will give you responsibilities. That also... It also varies from person to person. I don't know how much you listened to your parents when you were a kid. I know it's certainly easier from an entertainment standpoint, because we live in a time where being a nerd or a gamer or whatever is a lot more accepted as an adult than it was back in the day. I can't speak for how the kids are now, nor will I ever attempt to want to understand how the kids are now, because, quite frankly, I don't care. But, point is, when I was a kid, being a nerd got you laughed at school. And that's not to say that bullying still isn't a thing. I don't think I was ever really bullied as a kid. I had, like, small altercations here and there, but I never got into fights. I never got beaten up. I got laughed at. for things here and there. But it was just something I kind of moved on from not too long afterwards, so... But the point is, like, being a nerd or geek or gamer or whatever was not as accepted in, like, the late 90s or early aughts even. Like, even back in, like, the 80s and, like, even going back further from there, it was a lot worse. Like, back before I was born, if you were you know, an adult and you still were into kid things, essentially nerd stuff, then that was reason for people to ridicule and shun you. And now, in, you know, particularly, I'm thinking like of a in today's time period, like the 2020s. That's not really a thing for adults anymore. Now adults will ridicule each other for things like, I mean, and this is basically an evergreen thing, you know, they'll ridicule other people for, like, their points of view on life and stupid shit like politics and whatnot. Stuff that I don't usually go into because I hate it. But stuff like this, you know, the people who make fun of other people for liking stuff like this are in, like, a large minority. Like, even if people aren't into this sort of stuff, if they see, like, another adult, like... And trust me, you know, from a, why did that not come up with what that was? Okay, sorry about that. I was trying to troubleshoot something that probably might not even be a problem. I don't know if whatever that was got taken out of... The note I may have made got taken out of... Oh, there it goes. I don't know why that took so long. There's a piece of heart. I thought that might have been like a situation where that was like a Super Mario World check that I forgot to write down, and thus it didn't trigger anything. But no, it just took for fucking ever to trigger with the server. I don't know what's wrong with my connection these days. Maybe it's my brother playing Star Citizen or something. We still need to put in our new router, but yeah, that took like a whole ass minute to register. I disconnected and reconnected again. That was weird. Yeah, it took like a whole minute or so to get that piece of heart to register. I don't know, maybe it's the fact that we're using, like, our dad's old router right now. Because we thought that our router had fried, but it was really the modem that fried in that storm, and that's why we had no internet for a while. And I think our router was still better than our dad's router. That also might be the problem I might be having with A Link to the Past not connecting properly. But, like, the router we have now is better than the router that we had, so once we finally get around to installing that, that'll probably solve all of our issues. But yeah, maybe that connection speed, along with the fact that my brother's probably playing something that's bandwidth intensive, like Star Citizen, that might be affecting the speed at which the ping is sent out. And if that's all it is, then I'm not too worried about it as long as it still works. Just unfortunately, this is one of those games where it doesn't say on screen what you got. Like, you know, like Link's Awakening or many of the other games will. But I was saying before I was interrupted by that little hiccup there. Yeah, I can say from experience, because I go to a kava bar like once or twice a week, and like I'll have my Game Boy or whatever, or like my Switch or whatever with me. What is this? See, that worked just fine. Oh well, whatever. It's no big deal. And the worst, and nobody has said anything like. There are a lot of people in there that aren't into like video games and stuff like I am. And nobody's ever said anything like mocking toward me. One moment. Sorry, I had a cough there. But nobody said anything to me like making fun of me or anything like that. They'll just say, "What's that you got there?" And I'll tell them what it is. Or they'll be like, "Oh, that's neat." And then they'll just go on with their day. I think one time I actually had somebody, because I had brought my Superboy with me with my flash cart, because I was working on a randomizer or something at the time. Or I was working on something else. I was working on some SNES game. And like someone actually seemed like fairly interested, because they used to play games before. And I told them what it was, and if they were interested in it, like where to get it and stuff like that. And they were like, "Oh, that's really cool." But I guess those are like just the kind of people that I end up being around. But like, I don't think I've seen anybody like literally go out of their way to mock anyone for like anyone my age for playing video games or anything like that since I graduated high school. And that was 20 years ago. Right, that was a projectile refill. Okay. I've got the one check in Death Mountain. Oh, sorry about that. That's up here. Doesn't look like it's needed. It's because it's Mega Armor. And lastly, the two checks around Lake Hylia. Yeah, Kid doesn't have anything else that they can do. So let's put on the Zora tunic for a while. Just for shits and grins. I don't see myself going underwater too much right now, but like I just want to wear it for a little bit to see how it looks. It's just cyan. Oh, did I talk to this Gossip Stone before? Let me talk to this Gossip Stone. Shut up, Navi. Okay, yeah, I already saw that. It was basically telling me that Zelda's Lullaby was in Sacred Forest Meadow, where I would normally get the Minuet of Forest, and I have it now, so mission accomplished. Alright, here's the hard part. Is making our way all the way up this ladder without getting hit by birds. See, here comes one right away. It's just an elixir for Pokemon Emerald. Right. Well, fortunately, we didn't get hit by birds. Now I gotta wait for the platform to come back. This is the only way we can get to the fishing lake, right? They're the fishing pond right now. because otherwise we'll have to raise the water level to get here. Alright, my record is 8 pounds. I don't remember if like 10 pounds or like 9 pounds will do it, or if I have to get like over like 15 pounds. I don't even know what the cutoff is. I think it's like 12 pounds. I want to say it's 12 pounds, but I could be wrong. This fucking sucks anyway. I'm only doing it so I know what the check is. At least it's not mentally painful like fucking horseback archery is with this controller. Because even though I have the analog stick working properly now, the problem is now it's just a modern analog stick with Ocarina of Time, and aiming sucks with modern analog sticks in general. But at least now it's not acting like a digital pad. Let's see if 10 pounds will work. Will 10 pounds work? Will that give me the check? I hope so. Let's actually mark the that lab check off. Weigh a fish. Okay, that was good enough. 50 rupees for Link's Awakening is not an important check. I understand that you need 300 to get the Frog Song of Soul check, but that doesn't mean that that's important. Alright, so this has given me a lot to think about when it comes to fishing in Ocarina of Time Rando, because it is very lenient. You just have to beat the record, I guess, for each one. So, like, I was able to get the first one with an 8-pounder, the second one with a 10-pounder. Usually you need like 12 or 15 pounds in order to get the gold scale. But that's everything that I can do in Ocarina of Time for now. So I'm going to go ahead and swap over to Pokémon Red. And we'll spend a while playing that game. So 2 seconds. Alright, everybody, we are back to Pokémon Red. And let's see how far we can get here, because there's a lot that we can do now since we last played. The last thing we did was we just let everything funnel in here. Then I actually got to redo my inventory. Oh, we got a lot of stuff. We beat Brock last time and got the Cascade badge because apparently the badges are randomized for some reason. Our team is Magnemite, Psyduck, Diglett, and Metapod, soon to be Butterfree. And the next task we have, as far as like progression goes, is going to Route 3. I'm taking care of the Trainer Gauntlet there. But there are a couple of things that I can do on Route 2 in Viridian City at the moment. Oh, I think what I need to do, I need to find something that can use Cut. I think Diglett can use Cut, because I have Cut now. I have Cut, Surf, and Strength. Let's see what I have in my inventory, because we've got a lot of stuff. We've got 6 Pokeballs, 2 Ultra Balls now. This is stuff that was already... this stuff was already mostly... I want to say this stuff was mostly... what's the word I'm thinking of? Organized? Got the Master Ball, Lift Key... you know I have all the fossils now. Do I have more than 20 slots in my backpack? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1... Yeah, I do. Did they just take off the bag limiter? I don't need everything here. I don't need a lot of these. Oh, I do remember I got the Thunder TM. Okay, first off and foremost, I need to put a lot of this stuff away. I need to use a lot of this stuff. I don't know what I'm going to use the Master Ball for. Maybe for catching one of the legendaries. If I see Mewtwo in one of the legendary slots, I'll use that and catch it and use that as a psychic type. Where's my HM01? Because I do need Cut right now. Right. And Diglett. For some reason, Diglett is not compatible with Cut. I am 100% sure that I did not randomize what could learn what TM. Archipelago. Are you randomizing stuff that I'm telling you not to randomize? Where's my Thunder TM? There it is. Can I teach this to Magnemite? I can at least teach Thunder to Magnemite. Since when the hell can't Diglett learn fucking Cut? Is that like a yellow thing? Hold on, I should actually have my... I should have this out anyway, because I'm playing red. I know some of the stuff in this is not 100% accurate. No, I guess, Diglett and Dugtrio can't learn Cut in this? I could have sworn that they could, because I used a Dugtrio in yellow for a while, and I'm fairly sure it could use Cut. I need to find something that can use Cut. And I don't remember exactly what all Pokemon are found where. Charmander's out of my reach. I don't know if... Well, Charmander can use Cut. Yeah, Charmander can use Cut, but, like, I'm not near one. Squirtle cannot. Butterfree can't. Beedrill can use Fly, oddly enough. I don't think that's accurate, to tell you the truth. Okay, yeah, it's saying that Rattata and Raticate can use Fly. I think they mean Cut. Alright, let me bring up Cerebi. Let me bring up Cerebi without hitting buttons, because typing still affects button inputs for some reason. Alright, Red-Blue Pokedex, here we go. Okay, yeah, Beedrill can learn Cut, not Fly. Mistakes were made with this guide. For reference, it is the Versus Books Red, Blue, and Yellow guide. I've had this since I was younger. I mean, I've had everything since I was younger. Where the hell did you get that camera at? What else do we have access to right now? Pidgey can't learn it. Can Rattata learn it? I think we have access to Rattata. Rattata cannot learn Cut. Ekans, I don't think we have access to Ekans. I don't know what these numbers are above the, Oh, we do have access to Ekans. Ekans is on Route 2 in this seed. Can Ekans learn Cut? No. The answer is it cannot learn Cut. It can learn Strength, though. I think I've already taught Strength to something, though, because I actually use Strength as a move. Does Psyduck have it? I know Psyduck has Surf. It has Surf and Scratch. I might just catch an Ekans to use Strengthen for the time being. Do I have any reason to actually use Strength, though, right now? Because I'm not going to, I'm not going to Seafoam Islands. There's nothing important on Seafoam Islands anyway. So I don't need that. I'll need it when I go to Victory Road, but, like, no. I'm not going to worry about that then. I'll worry about Strength when I have something that can use it as a move. Let me double check this then. Okay. Diglett can learn Cut in yellow. That's what it is. What about Nidoran? Can Nidoran learn Cut? Nidoran cannot learn Cut. Can Clefairy learn Cut? I don't think Clefairy can learn Cut, but I'm going to check anyway. Clefairy can learn Strength. Vulpix I don't think can learn Cut. I don't even know if Vulpix is nearby me. I think just a random guy had it. Yeah, Vulpix isn't even accessible. Am I nearby? I know for a fact. Oh, that's what the numbers are. What HMs they can use. And Oddish is on is in Mount Moon. Okay, so yeah, this can use Strength and Flash. Okay, that's a quick reference to what Pokemon can learn what HMs. That's actually very handy. Okay. Now that we've got that figured out, and that I need to get an Oddish. Oddish is nearby, so I'm not going to go back for the other stuff on Route 2, because I need Cut to get those. Viridian City, Sleepy Guy, and Pokemart Quest. Which I think I already did the Pokemart Quest. Yeah, I did the Pokemart Quest. So Sleepy Guy has something for me. So let me just get stuff situated here, to be honest. Alright. One moment while I do some spring cleaning here. Alright, spent a little while doing that, but I have everything basically in the order I want it to be in. Alright, so let's just quickly go down to, at least as quick as I can. I can't do anything like with this if I'm holding it, can I? Actually, I should probably use these. No, I'll hold on to those. I'll hold on to those for later. But I can just kind of go through here. I can get some more experience from Metapod on the way, honestly. I don't remember exactly what I run into down here, but it's nothing that's too big of a deal anymore, I don't think. I just got to get over the fact that Metapod only has, like, Tackle, I think. Yeah. Because when he evolves directly from a Caterpie into a Metapod, it doesn't even learn Harden. The Harden only comes on the the wild Metapod. But Harden wouldn't be like a learned move until like maybe Gen 2 or 3. I don't remember exactly which one, but it doesn't happen here. But the quicker that Metapod gets experience, the quicker that it can become... Oh, shit. Let's just use String Shot until I'm no longer disabled. Because I don't want to have to fucking swap train Metapod if I've gotten the I've gotten its health down this low. Okay, I'm good now. Good, there's some experience. It'll be Butterfree in no time, and then it'll actually be useful. I think it's still a couple levels before it learns Confusion, but having a Butterfree is entirely preferential? Is that a word? It's probably a word. I much prefer having a Butterfree over a Metapod. But let's not kid ourselves. Butterfree will probably be replaced once I find a better, like, Psychic user, like Abra. Because Butterfree and Beedrill, I think, are pretty darn good for, like, early game, but, like, as you go along, not so much. Squirtle should give a lot of experience. If I don't miss... Gen 1 miss bullshit. I did not miss Gen 1 misses. Piece of shit oversights. This is why I played Leaf Green over Red. Leaf Green may have its own problems here and there, but at least in Gen 3, you actually have to go out of your way to make the glitches happen. To be fair, all the bad glitches and bugs and stuff for Red, you have to go out of your way for as well. But, like, there's still the small things like Gen 1 misses that come up a lot more often than you think. There's still only the 1 in 256 chance that it'll happen. But you could get unlucky and get it like 3 times in a row. That's happened to me before. Just give me the level. Just give me the prize. Alright, going all the way down this way to talk to Sleepy Guy. I didn't realize he gave you something. So do I talk to him and watch the, Do I watch the tutorial DLC? I don't know why this is considered a check. It's a Sleepy Guy. Oh, this is... No. No. I know what it is. I know what it is. It's, the guy that gives you Dream Eater. I need Cut to get to him. Or the ability to use Surf. I don't have either. Oh, I went all the way down. I thought it was the Sleepy Guy. No, that was actually the Cranky Guy, is what I should have thought of that guy as. God damn it. I feel like an idiot. But hey, I got Metapod some more experience, so that's something. If only I could fly already. Alright, I'll jump cut back to when we get to Pewter City, so 2 seconds. Alright, we're back in Pewter City. I didn't hit any encounters along the way, but man oh man, do I wish I had the bike already. Now, we do unfortunately have to go through... I mean, I'm going to be fighting these guys anyway, but we got to at least fight some of these trainers along the way until we can get to the place where we can get Oddish. And then from there, a lot of these checks that we have, we got to have Oddish. We got to have Cut. Alright, fortunately Abra should be easy because all it knows is Teleport. It's not like Emerald where we can replace Teleport with Confusion. Hey, easy experience for Metapod. I'm not going to complain. Yeah, there's a lot of trainers before we get to a patch of grass. A Magikarp, you say? Well, I'll get a little bit of experience from this Magikarp, because it also cannot hurt me. Because it only knows how to splash, and splash doesn't do anything. I did learn, though, the reason that Hoppip can also learn Splash is because in the Japanese version, Splash is called Hop. And that's what Magikarp's doing. It's flopping around on the ground. It's hopping. And Hoppip also does the same thing, because it's Hoppip. But because Hoppip wasn't a thing in Gen 1, and Magikarp was the only thing that could learn Splash, they just called it Splash instead, because it's a water type. So it must be just splashing around in the water ineffectively. Even though we're on land here. Either way, Magikarp is a crappy gimmick Pokemon that turns into an overrated crappy evolution that can pretty much die if you walk up to it and zap it with static electricity. Because it's not a dragon type, it's water flying. It always has been. It was never a dragon type. I know I don't really have to reiterate this to everybody. People who know Pokemon know that Gyarados is a water flying type. And that's fucking stupid. But at the same time, there are a lot of people who still think that Gyarados is and always has been a dragon type because it looks like a dragon and Lance uses it in the Elite Four. Oh, that's a Pokemart. I meant to go to the Pokemon Center to replenish my my PowerPoints. Same thing with Charizard. They think that Charizard's a dragon type. It never was until Mega Charizard X was Fire Dragon. Charizard's otherwise Fire Flying. Gyarados was never a dragon type. Even when they came up with Mega Gyarados, it was Water Dark instead of Water Flying. I don't even know where they got Water Flying from. It doesn't look like it flies. It can't learn Fly. It doesn't really use flying type moves. I think it would have made more sense for it to be Water Dragon, but these are the times that we live in. The first Water Dragon type was actually Kingdra. Okay, that might be a bit of a bad matchup. Let's take out our Magnemite with its fully, newly learned, good old Zappy move. Or I'll miss, because the Zappy move isn't very accurate. And I just got sand attacked. There we go. This is going to be all you can do for a while, Magnemite. I'm sorry that this was the way that you had to get an electric-type move before level 30. I don't really have a hard counter to Clefairy. I might as well... Psyduck is my ace right now. Even though Magnemite was my starter, Psyduck is my ace. Because it has easily the most useful move in the team, which is Surf. Actually, does Surf do more than Scratch in this instance? I know I'd use Scratch because Clefairy usually has high special. But yes, it does a lot more. And now you're just lowering my standard attack. These trainers don't even give me checks. There was an option to do that, but these trainers do not give me checks, unfortunately. Let's swap to Butterfree. Butterfree can double resist fighting type moves, I think. I can still use Scratch, though. I keep thinking of the actual Pokemon typing and not the moves that they have. And that's something that I always do, and that always sucks. Because I forgot that Mankey actually starts with Scratch. And that there are only, like, a handful of fighting type moves that are even in the game. I don't even know if Mankey learns any of them. There are also moves in the game that are normal type that should be fighting type. I think Karate Chop is normal type in this. But it should be fighting type. I probably should have put Psyduck up front now that everything's level 10. Usually what I do is I bring everything up by like a, you know, a factor of 5 every time. Yeah, I definitely should have had Psyduck out. But I usually try to keep the team within 5 levels of each other. So like when one Pokemon gets to like a factor of 5, then I try to get everything else up to the next multiple of 5. But I do swap back and forth if type is a consideration. Like here. But I should be putting Psyduck out first. Psyduck is my, I've determined is my strongest. I mean, Magnemite does have that Thunder, but Thunder is also only has like a 70 accuracy. Standard. I probably should have been giving these guys nicknames the whole time, but I couldn't think of anything. I didn't really want to think about it. But at the same time, I've been giving myself, like, you know, I've been changing my names to, like, floofers on all the characters. So... Level 9 Bulbasaur actually does have Grass-type moves, if I remember correctly. I mean, it has Leech Seed. I don't remember if it has Vine Whip, though. That could have been a problem if it had Vine Whip against Psyduck. Or with Bulbasaur being a starter. The starters are pretty... I don't want to say that they're like super high level power-wise compared to everything else in the early game, but like... They usually come off that way to me. I don't know why. Alright, that's going to make my tackle weaker. I'm going to have to use a turn to use a potion here. Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't have a lot of hard counters for things. But Magnemite's not going to do a lot of damage with it because Grass resists electricity, or electric attacks, and again, if this guy has Vine Whip, then it's going to take out Diglett and Psyduck, no problem. I think I'm in like an unwinnable situation now, if I keep using Butterfree. Because the amount of damage that I'm dealing to him with Tackle now, is being picked up by Leech Seed. I gotta swap out. I'm gonna risk it with Diglett. As a higher base attack, maybe it'll make more of a difference. Yeah, it does. Also, I didn't know that in Gen... I think I've forgotten that in Gen 1, Leech Seed is taken away when you switch Pokemon. A Ditto? I'm gonna bait him into turning into Psyduck. And then I'll swap to Magnemite and take it out. I like how it changed the, because it's technically a Psyduck now, it changed to show the little icon that says that I got it already. Even though I haven't gotten a Ditto before, I only got the Psyduck. Now, this was a risk. Come on. Oh, Thunder actually has 10 PP, not 5. I thought I had 5 before. Maybe that's a rando thing. There we go. And for the record, no, I'm not catching a Ditto. They're terrible. They're terrible for something like this. I like Ditto as a concept, but, like, if I'm actually planning on a team to use and actually aiming to complete a game, I am not going for a Ditto. Unless it's some kind of a challenge run. I think when I find the name Raider, I might give them nicknames or whatever. I should have been giving them nicknames from the get-go. Oddish is just going to be called Cut, but, like, because that's all I'm going to be using for. I don't normally use Oddish. I don't normally use grass types, to be honest. Unless it's for my starter. I don't usually go out of my way to use a grass type in my main team. Zubat, ew. Ew, I say. It's fine. Yeah, Oak's Aid still requires me to have a Pokedex collected count of 10. Or whatever their thresholds are. So I'm still gonna probably have to go for, like, at least having caught 30 so I can get those checks. But other than that, I'm not going to worry too much about actually catching things. I'm going to go back and heal. Let me see what I'm at now in my Pokedex. 6. I'll eventually get to 10. It'll be 9 once the other 3 Pokemon in my party evolve. I might evolve Oddish. That'll put up to 10, but I would need to get 30 for those checks. I don't know if I want to risk just leaving those checks alone and then hoping for a game clear to get rid of them, or if I want to go out of my way to catch Pokemon for a while. Honestly, that might be something I might do later on when I have access to better resources. Like when I can buy Great Balls, for example, and put things to sleep. I'll definitely look at catching a Paris, and then training it up to learn Spore. And then I'll use that to catch Pokemon. I could probably do that for later on for those checks, but for right now, I'm not going to worry about it. Pokedex isn't randomized. Oh, I should probably... forgot there's actually like the tracker actually has like a Pokedex icon that I can log. I have however many Pokemon. Actually, hold on. You know what? I'll take advantage of the fact that that Pop Tracker... I'm only using it for the Pokemon games, but I'll take advantage of the fact at least that the auto-tracking works with Archipelago. I still prefer to use Emo Tracker with the other things because I don't know if it's really they're not really set up for Pop Tracker, but they also don't the auto tracking doesn't work well with those either. While I'm using Archipelago. But because these Pokemon trackers are made for Pop Tracker and they are compatible with auto tracking on Archipelago, yeah, I'll take advantage of that for the time being. I'll set them up to auto track while I'm playing other games too. I noticed that some of these trainers have text boxes and some don't. I think the rando is expecting me to skip all of the skippable ones, because that's what the pros do. I'm looking for experience though, and I've also just happened across this nice patch of grass down here where I can find some Oddish. I would very much like to have Oddish, because Oddish will get me some checks. They have their own Psyduck. Well, not for long, they don't. So I don't even have to go through Viridian Forest when I have cut. Getting those checks I have to go into the museum basically to get what would be the old Amber. Then there are 2 item checks on Route 2 that are hidden behind cut trees, and then there's the aforementioned Sleepy Guy in Viridian City. Alright, so let's start looking for Oddish. I can also take note of what else is here. There's Diglett's here. We can get rid of this Diglett for experience, because I already have a Diglett. Spearow. I'll go for Spearow. I usually use Spearow for my flying type in the Kanto games anyway. I'm gonna have to come up with nicknames starting now, so... What was my Fearow when I was playing Pokemon Red, when I did my full Pokedex clear? I could check. Well, no, that's him. Is that Fearow in yellow now? Let's call him Dudley. No, Lester. Lester. Let's call him Lester. Harold will be Magnemite. Well, it didn't update my Pokemon registered in the tracker. It's only looking at the Archipelago. It's only looking at the Archipelago server for checks that it's on the tracker. It's not looking at my actual game. So it doesn't know that when I catch Pokemon, it just knows that, you know, when checks are checked and items are obtained. So I still have to update that manually, which is fine. I was updating everything manually up to this point anyway. But still need an Oddish. Magnemite will be Harold, because Harold is what I always call my starter. Psyduck can be... Oh, hi, Geodude. Do I want to use Geodude instead of Diglett? I think I want to use Geodude instead of Diglett. Because I can even teach it Dig right away. I realized earlier that, what do you call it? TMs are infinite use. The way that they're set up. So I can go back, get my Dig TM, and teach my Geodude Dig, and he'll have a great ground move to start. Because Dig is overpowered in Gen 1. It's 100 strength. It's not as good as Earthquake, because Earthquake is the same strength, but you can use it every turn, rather than once every 2 turns. But I will gladly have a Geodude. Let's name them after Transformers. Past the Harold Dudley Lester. Well, actually... No, I'm going to call him what I called him in my my Red playthrough. I'm going to call him Dwayne. For Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Psyduck can be Sea Spray, though. I'll call Psyduck Sea Spray. Butterfree will probably be Mothra if I still have it. Hell yeah. Alright, you'll be Dwayne. I'm fairly sure that's all of the slots for Route 3, though. Yeah, there's just 3 slots on Route 3, which is normally Pidgey, Spearow, and Jigglypuff. And I found Diglett, Spearow, and Geodude. Where was Oddish, then? Where's Bulbasaur? I just saw Bulbasaur earlier. Bulbasaur's up on, like, Route 24, so that's not going to be any help to us. Where is Oddish? Oh, right, it's in Mount Moon. It's not on Route 3. Fair enough. I will... actually go around this trainer for now. I'll come back and fight her, but I forget if I have to fight any other trainers on the way to Mount Moon, because there is a Poke Center outside that I can use. You're not anyone I can fight. I don't think any of the NPCs up here are trainers I can fight. No, you're walking, so you're definitely not one I can fight. I should probably check with the Magikarp broker to see what he has. I do kind of want to hold on to Diglett until he evolves, at least. No, I'm not worried about it. Diglett can go away. Friendship ended with Diglett, now Geodude is my best friend. TM28 is Dig. I have all my TMs down here. And these are infinite use, because my Thunder TM is still in my inventory. I mean, it's still... I put it away, but it is in my inventory. So let's use this real quick. Teach that to Geodude. Psyduck can learn it too. But it's in better hands with someone that's actually a ground type. So let's deposit, not Pokeball. And then go to withdraw items so I can reorganize and put that back where it needs to be. Because I have these organized by number. There we go. Okay. Still no checks, but I need to get Oddish. I also want to see who this guy has. Is it not you? Which one sells the Magikarp roll? Is it you? Shield just for you. I'll let you have a swell Bulbasaur for just 500. Well, I don't know about you, but I don't think we need to go after Oddish right now. What should we call Bulbasaur? I'll use Venusaur. I'll use Venusaur in the party, straight up. I know I said I don't normally use grass types, but I like Venusaur. I'm going to call him Magigreen, because Magigreen had Earth/plant powers. I know his real name was Makoto, but... His real name was Makoto? Yeah, Makoto. Makoto. Apparently that's a unisex name in Japan, but... What level is he? Level 6. What does he got? Tackle and Growl. And... Cut. Look. I know Cut's a shitty move. But I'm primarily going to be using him to use grass-type moves like Razor Leaf and shit. And probably other moves like Strength. Cut's just going to be... Like, I don't always fully utilize every single move slot. When I'm just coming up with a beat-the-game kind of Pokemon group. This is not competitive bullshit. This is... We're beating the game, except all the Pokemon are randomized. Oh, right. Surf does do more. Psyduck has hella high special compared to his attack. Hell yeah. And then it tries to make my Scratch worse, even though I'm not going to use it anymore. Alright, awesome. Now with Cut in place, we can go for all those checks. Oh, also I need to bump up my Pokemon registered for Bulbasaur. That is fantastic. I did not think I was going to see Bulbasaur. Bulbasaur can learn Strength as well, can't he? Nope, just Cut. I thought Venusaur could maybe learn Strength. The Squirtle could have Strength, but I'm already dedicated to Psyduck. I do like Squirtle more than Psyduck, but like, I kind of like the idea of having Psyduck for some reason. It's like not a favorite or anything, but like, I'm already kind of attached to Psyduck. Do you have the old Amber? Alright, Supercharge. Shoulda known. Alright, the Route 2 checks should not take long, nor should Sleepy Guy. I just gotta go down here. Can also kind of take a look and see what's in... We can actually, like, go through Diglett's cave and, and, like, if we survive our way through Diglett's cave, we can, go to Vermilion City earlier. I still want to peek in there and see what's in there. Shotgun shells. Moonstone check is a power star. Almost a 50 stars. That will give us access to the upper tower, actually. And we can do Tick-Tock Clock and Rainbow Ride. Should we find ourselves going back to Super Mario 64 before Go mode. We probably will. I don't really foresee myself too much getting 21 power stars between the Pokemon games and Sonic. Sonic does have a lot of checks I think I can do. Plus I got access to all the good levels like City Escape and Pumpkin Hill. Alright, what'd you give me? A heart piece for Link's Awakening. That's neat, I suppose. Yeah, let's check out. Let's see what Pokemon are in Diglett's Cave, because it's not necessarily Diglett. I do know that they're like level 20 something though, so we still got to be careful. Maybe it'll be something we can still take out easily enough, and we can get a shit ton of experience. Oh, not surf. Alright, so I just got to keep it in my mind that Magnemite is Herald, Psyduck is Sea Spray, and Butterfree is Mothra. Let's save our game first before we go any further. What's down here? Bellsprout. Oh no! Our only counter for Bellsprout is level 6. Makes me wonder what the Doug... Is that the Doug Trio slot, or is that just... Oh, it's not even going to use Vine Whip, it's just going to use Wrap. At least I can run away from it. No, we in Bellsprout's Cave. This is Bellsprout's Cave. I think if it was the Doug Trio slot, they would be a lot higher level. No, we don't have the patience to level up against Bellsprout. Wrap is just going to take up the entirety of each battle, and that's not something I'm willing to put up with today. Alright, so let's actually walk over to the Route 3 Pokemon Center before healing. I think my plan of action for the team right now is going to be... Like, I know that Psyduck isn't quite level 15 yet, but we can swap train the lower level guys for a while. The only problem I can foresee is that Oddish... The only high counter we have... Well, the hard counter we have for Oddish wouldn't be too bad, because it's Spearow. And, the levels in Mount Moon aren't too terribly high, if I remember correctly. But we can swap train with these three. I'm going to bring out Spearow first. We'll also see like what level we're looking at. There's the Oddish we were gonna get. Okay, level 10's not too bad, I don't think. I think I could take out the Oddish with a level 6 Spearow using a super effective move. Especially since they can only use a grass type move against me. And I'll bring all my lower levels up to level 10. Before I start leveling them further, everything else further up to 15. So basically just to bring them in to a level footing with the veterans, essentially. Alright, what's this? I don't know. How many checks are in Mount Moon? Oh, a lot. There are... Well, there's 8 checks total. I just don't know if there's a way to put a pin in that. Okay, that Oddish is slightly lower level, so I might still be able to take this one out fairly easily. But I could just kind of go off screen for a bit and, like, level up off screen, just so I don't have it on screen. It'll take me a while, and I don't know if I'll be able to, show the results in this video. It might be like a pause until tomorrow thing, but I still want to collect things. Like, there's a refresher. Actually, I can do that. Okay, cool. I don't need to pin it, I can just do that. More bullshit, though, as far as checks are concerned. Okay, so Oddish or Zubat? That seems to be the case here, is that Oddish or Zubat. I can keep going the switch training route with these trainers here too. I think what I might do is I don't know how much I want to train levels here, and how much I want to go forward, because Geodude and Bulbasaur aren't exactly good counters for Oddish, as far as training is concerned. I think what I'll do, I'll just fight these 2 trainers on screen, and then I'll just train up the veterans, or the newbies to level 10 off screen. And then, depending on how long that takes me, I'll either have more video for you after that on this part, or it'll just be in the footage I get for tomorrow, for next week's part. But I'm still going to show off these 2 trainer battles near the entrance. Because there are... Yeah, there's 2 trainers near the entrance. The other 5 are kind of scattered around. And I think it would behoove me to get everything up to level 10 at least before I start exploring. What else you got? Weedle? Weedle's a trifle. Look at that. It didn't even use Poison Sting on me. It used String Shot. What a loser. Eevee's here. Tempting, but I already have Magnemite. I want to use my starter, so I'm not going to use Jolteon. I'm attached to Psyduck, so I'm not going to be using Vaporeon. And Flareon's not exactly the best of fire types, so I wouldn't use Flareon. I can certainly catch an Eevee. Yeah, just to have one and evolve it later, but like... Actually, yeah, if I catch it, then I'll have enough for, the, what do you call it? The check. For, the HMO5 check. I think Eevee has a fairly high catch rate, though, or very low catch rate, though. So this might be a problem. I'll try Ultra Balls. I'm not using my Master Ball on it. That would be a waste. Alright, there we go. I'm not giving Eevee a name. I'm not going to use Eevee. I know there are a lot of Eevee fans, And I like Eevee too. I like Eevee, and I like how it, like the concept of Eevee and how it has all the different evolutions, but I'm not using Eevee in this playthrough. So I'm going to leave E. Let's go get that check before we come back and take on that last trainer there. And also get Spearow back up. Sorry. I'll actually jump cut to when I'm at the aid. So 2 seconds. Alright, here he is. So if I caught 10 kinds of Pokemon, which I have, it's an escape rope. Is it an escape rope for me? Yes, it is an escape rope for me. I mean, it's always going to be an escape rope for me. What I meant was, is it going to be an escape rope for Red or Emerald? And it was for Red. So, one moment. And I will be right back to Mount Moon. We can take on that trainer. So, 2 seconds. Okay, back in Mount Moon. I actually caught an Oddish right when I got in. And Spearow is evolved. Or not evolved, but leveled up to 9. And, oh, they got a Ghastly. So it's a good thing that I have plenty of things that don't have normal type moves. Or that can use not normal type moves, is what I meant to say. Ghastly can confuse. I mean, it has. That can be a problem. But normally this this trainer has a Clefairy, either a Clefairy or a Jigglypuff. I can't remember which one. And that usually puts you to sleep, so... You know, she has a Clefairy. I just took a look. I know that that's accurate. In the book. Just when it comes to... Nightshade's gonna kill it. When it comes to things like large tables of moves and stuff, that's where they got a lot of the info wrong. You know, Dwayne could probably take it out. I know the thing only has like 1 damn hit point left, but it'll miss on the first dig turn, and then like the second turn is super effective. I should have done this in the first place, honestly. But I didn't know it was going to pop up, and I'm not going to swap out necessarily. Ooh, that's 2 levels for Dwayne. Dwayne! Alright. I'm going to go ahead and do some training off screen, at least get the newbies up to level 10 each. So, yeah. And in the event that I don't come back before the end of the video, I've been Captain Floofers, and I'll be here next time. Join me, won't you?